Hi guys, I'm back again with you with another video, and you're going to see, I'm going to show you another, shadow work, this demonic system, you know what I'm saying, and how the humans have no control of nothing that goes down here. I've been explaining to you guys already over these few last videos, you know what I'm saying, and how the controllers write the whole thing in the background silently, you know what I'm saying, and then just make it law, you know what I'm saying, and nobody voted for that, nobody talked about that, there is no argument, yeah. They just decide something in your back and put it out there and force you on you. It's a prison, it's a lab, it's a jail, you know what I'm saying? And these humans are being fooled, thinking they have education. They don't have education, they have fear. Yeah, everybody was implanted, yeah, you've been juiced with fear to do what they want. Yeah, so people never speak about things, people never talk about things that matter. They were all trained to be in that, to keep you in that lying simulation, talking about things that don't matter, creating wars, to distract you from how they really enslaving you. Because I told you this is a lab, and they don't want you to get out. They don't want you can't be free. You know what I'm saying? So every day they got these governments are there just to sit there and think how they're going to chain you against your will. You understand? They don't use no law. There is no law, okay? The law is not there for you. They didn't create no law for you. No judge there to to free you or nothing. And you know that all this judge thing is coming from the Bible too. Yeah, that's why they have the book of Judges. Like they are so holy that they can judge you. You know what I'm saying? But it's all a corruption. It's all a simulation role that they create in this whole prison. No matter what country, they have these agendas in the background. You know what I'm saying? So, and then they tell you this is progress, this is civilization, that humans are getting better and better. No, you're not getting better and better. You're getting more and more slaves since you were created, which was not, 200 years ago, 300 years history you have, is a bollocks, yeah, of prison. You've been in prison all that time and you don't even know where you live. Because why? These people keep you in prison. They give you documents that can then tell you what you are allowed and not allowed to do. Let's go.
This is your wake-up call. The British government is pushing forward with plans for a national digital ID system. They've called it the Brit card. And if that name doesn't send a chill down your spine, you have not been paying attention. I'm Bev Turner, and this is GB News Originals. Don't forget to subscribe to the GB News YouTube channel, please. Now let's call it what it really is. The Brit card is not about making your life easier. It's about making you easier to track, control, and punish if you step out of line across whatever line of the day is deemed important. They've wrapped it up in slick PR language about streamlining services and enhancing security and making sure that the Windrush scandal never happens again, because people who are allowed to live here will have the proof that they do so. They're also telling you all through the press that this will stop people coming over here on small boats. That is patently untrue. It isn't just about proving who you are online.
Are you silent?
Have a look at this.
People, it's not about proving you are online. Yeah? These digital cards that they're trying to make for you is going to have AI controlling everything you do. When you wake up in the morning until when you go to bed, everything is going to be logged in. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to control you. It's a control system, all connected, all ready to go. It's not the technology. Yeah, it's a prison. Let's go.
Check to see if we were affected by that PCP scandal, right? And it's come up with a potential clip.
It isn't just about proving who you are online. That all sounds rather lovely. This is about building a centralized, state-controlled digital identity system that could be used, will be used, to link your finances, your medical history, your travel movements, your social media activity, even your social activity in real life, and more. It's quite frankly a digital dog tag, and once it's clipped around your neck, you will not be able to take it off. So let's start with the basics. What is this Brit card? According to leaked briefings and government statements, and frankly any of us who've been paying attention knew this was coming, the Brit card is going to act as a unified digital identification that every British citizen can use to access public services, to prove their identity, and eventually, though they won't say this part out loud, link with your banking, your health, and your travel movements.
Now, she just said every British citizen, right? And in these complexes, in these jails that they create with left and right governments, you know, everybody is presumed to be a citizen automatically. Yeah, even though many people say they are not citizens, they are sovereign to one. They're not under the conspicuous tyranny, but they will not have no choice because this is what they call democracy, a group thing. Yeah. So if 51 people out of 100 says that they got to have this card, they track with it. But it's not like they even have a choice. The government is doing all of these implementations, and then they're just gonna bring it into law, and you're supposed to be down and just go and do whatever they tell you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a prison. So don't believe no democracy is all a bullshit, man.
They're calling it optional for now, but we've heard that line before. Remember vaccine passports? Yes, I do. They started as a temporary solution, but within weeks, you couldn't get into a pub or fly abroad without one. Make no mistake, the Brit card is the foundation of a surveillance state. Once in place, it will become incredibly easy to expand, quietly, incrementally, until it is essential for anything you want to do.
So it's all work of neural order has been programmed, they've been telling you over the decades. That's what they're planning to do. Are they going to control everybody with technology? Yeah, this is worse than what Hitler was doing with the papers. Papers, please. And oh my God, everybody gotta have a paper. This is even worse. Yeah, because they'll have your complete database of everything you do every day, what time, what you did, what you said, you know what I'm saying? All logged in. And they can use this information. They will, if they get their way, of course, they will definitely use this information against you to either, punish you or worse.
For a job, Brit card. Rent a flat, Brit card. Take a train, you guessed it, Brit card. And once that is normal, it is no longer this so-called card. It is a digital chain. It is invisible, but it is ironclad. The sales pitch, of course, for this is it's all about security and efficiency. The government's narrative is all very slick, and they will say this is to reduce fraud. They'll tell you it'll make accessing NHS services easier.
It's funny how they always, people, even if you're not from this country, after you live here for a while, yeah, and you can capture that their government always use the same formula, create a problem and then come up with a solution. Create a problem of immigrants and this and that, and then they're gonna say, look, we're gonna have digital ID, then we know who's immigrant and who's not. Then we know who's illegal and who's not. Do you need all of that to know that? Now you need my privacy gone, so you can control your immigrants? See that what I'm saying? They create the problem and then they tighten the prison with the solution. It's always the same formula. You know what I'm saying? But people take a juice, people are ill informed, people are brainwashed with all the media's out there to keep their heads in a place. So that's how they control them. That's why I told you, these humans, they have no knowledge, no control of nothing in this realm. They all slaves. Let's go.
Will help you prove who you are when applying for benefits. All of that sounds great until you realise what you're giving up in return. A centralised ID, like the Brit card, will track everything you do. So when you check in to the GP surgery, the government will know. When you make a payment, when you log into a website, when you get on a train, imagine a digital record of your daily life, monitored by both public and private entities. Your movements, your choices, your health, and critically, your opinions. This is not hypothetical. This technology exists. It will be easy to implement. The motivation to make it happen exists. And the right pretext, another pandemic, a financial crisis, a spike in online hate speech, you will be told this is all for your own good.
Of course.
And if you think this ends with digital ID, I've got a bridge to sell you. The front pages of the papers this week were telling you, as though you're idiots, that a Brit card will stop people coming over on small boats seeking asylum, refuge, or being an economic migrant. Because those people can often escape into the black market economy, working without the state knowing anything about them. Well, the state is already meant to know about them. If they're being given jobs, they should have the papers to secure that job. The Brit card won't make any difference to that at all. It will not operate as a deterrent to people who want to come across to this wonderful country. So just ignore that when you're being sold that idea. Let's also not forget that we are already seeing the slow creep of programmable money. The Bank of England is working on a digital pound and has been for a few years. And there are active conversations now about linking spending capabilities to your digital identity. That means if your ID is flagged, limited, or suspended, because maybe you said some hurty words on social media, that will mean you can't access your own.
So why are these people are still using that technology, are still using the smartphones to do business? Nobody wants to use computer no more. Everybody is using smartphones and everything when they can use a computer that won't be tracking them like that. Yeah, you can easily just buy a normal phone and use a computer or a tablet to do your business. You know what I'm saying? Without being moving around with it, to be paying things with it, and to do all that crap. Because why? You are assuming, you are integrating the toys that they gave you every other year. They create these toys with a program in mind. They gave you and you think that this is cool and this is helping you. It's helping you to build a jail. Yeah, so the people, these humans, man, why will they still using this technology that enslaves them? Because if they don't use that technology, there's no way they can come up with all this digital control if you don't have means or channels or portals to enslave you there. Because you are giving them the channels and the portals. If there is no channels and portals, yeah, stop using the damn smartphone. It's game over. But keep in mind that this is a big agenda. Don't think, they're doing this in the UK and this is it. This is supposed to go all over the road. Digital ID, digital money, and they can, stop you from even using your hard-earned money. They can bar you from using your own money. They can freeze your account. You're still in a big prison. These dudes control where you put your money. They control where you put your information. They control all that shit, and you think that you vote and they're gonna do what the fuck you want. It's a big simulation, people. I already told them there is no escaping that while playing with that toys. You're gonna play with that toys, you're gonna be a slave. Let's go.
Money. Just let that sink in. The government already has a proven track record of making life extremely difficult for people who don't toe their very narrow line. From freezing protesters' bank accounts to threatening censorship online, the precedent is clear. Give power-hungry bureaucrats without sufficient conscience or imagination a system like BritCard, and you're handing these idiots the keys to your digital life. And just wait until it's tied to your carbon tracking.
I don't want to let that go. If somebody frees your bank account because you protested, yeah, do you think that's lawful or that's criminal? That's criminal because they have no jurisdiction, they have no authority to do that to you. They're not God. You understand that? They're not God. They're just there. They just have the means to do that because why? They control the fucking digital system. They control the banks. They control everything. And the AI is there in automatic. You don't even need to be there. They got a big AI in automatic. They make him conscious to do that to you. And you like that stuff. We want AI. Oh, it's so cool. It's going to replace you and enslave you. Let's go.
Or your health data. You didn't recycle this week? Points will be deducted. Bought too much red meat or petrol? Access denied. Did you say something misleading? Perhaps some misinformation, the kind of stuff that you and I would know to be true on social media? Your account will be flagged. If you think that is far-fetched, then you haven't been reading the same websites as me. You just have to go and have a cursory glance to the World Economic Forum website, and it's all there in black and white as an ambition. No vote, no debate, no accountability, no parliamentary scrutiny. This is all happening whilst we are talking about less.
Just mean there is no law.
Now, what makes a BritCard so dangerous isn't just what it does, it's how it's being rolled out. There's been no referendum, no meaningful public debate, no mainstream media scrutiny worth mentioning. Everybody just treats this as though it's a fait accompli, and they completely lack the vision or the cynicism to work out what's going on. It's being slid in under the radar, piecemeal, behind closed doors, dressed up as tech innovation. It is classic mission creep. And right now we're told the BritCard will be voluntary. Of course it is. But so was the NHS app. So was that ridiculously expensive 30 billion quid track and trace check-in app. So was digital banking, remember? That would always be optional. Not anymore. Over time, these systems like those evolve from handy options for convenience into non-negotiable requirements. The infrastructure is being built while we're distracted. And once it's in, It's only a matter of flipping a few switches before it becomes mandatory.
So that's what I call a prison, people. This is what I call a prison. All these people live in a prison and they don't in control of nothing what happens in this world. Yeah, it's the people that can create this reality, that create these laws in the back. It's not laws, they are just, do as I say, kind of tyrant, Yahweh, Religio gods, that's what they do. Yeah, do as I say, or else. It's a prison. It's not what they tell you. They paint it with a lot of colors, tell you it's democracy, everybody has a right to remain silent. Yeah, to remain silent. You got the right to remain silent while they do what they want. Then they are the judges on top of you, on top of that. They are the judges and they are the prosecutor. They are everything. You're just in a damn prison, man. A mental and physical prison without no day of escape. Yeah. And they're supposed to be destroyed basically because what they do to them, everything is dirty these days. The water is dirty, the technology is dirty, so their health, everything is deteriorating real fast. You know what I'm saying? There's no knowledge of the truth in the land, and nobody thinks about how we're going to escape this, how we're going to stop this, how we're going to reverse this. They lost the ability even to do that, to think these things, because they are in constant bombardment, mental, psychological bombardment. You know what I'm saying? There's mental and psychological programs running 24/7 on them. You know what I'm saying? They got their heads inside these digital forms, these digital roles, you know what I'm saying, of smartphones and AIs and all that crap. Yeah? So that they cannot think about, they disconnected people. They are disconnected from the real world. They are disconnected from reality. They live inside the matrix, and they don't want to disconnect from the matrix. To disconnect from the matrix would mean a revolution. It would mean no more smartphones made to control humans. Nobody will be buying smartphones that were made to control humans. But this is a big agenda. Where these smartphones are made. Yeah, and that this is a global agenda to keep all humans locked in this universe, with their AI settling the prison and destroying them with words and juices until there is none of them, and the whole thing is like has no meaning, has no reason to be, even to exist, because there is nothing good about it, yeah, other than a few very dark entities that live on them, benefit on them, yeah, do evil all day, every day, and benefit on that, benefit on evil. It's Yahweh and all these other gods that they hide behind that are bringing this reality and manifesting this type of demonic being. Let's go.
If you're having to be coerced into using it because you cannot function every day without it. And once we're at that stage, it will be too late to push back. Now, people will say, I hear it a lot, if you have done nothing wrong, Bev, you have nothing to fear. This is the language of tyrants or just deeply naive people who still think the government have their best interests at heart. Your right to privacy is not conditional on your obedience to the government or what society deems the latest omni-trend. You do not have to justify why you want to keep your medical data, your spending habits, or your daily movements about your city or your country or the world, frankly, to yourself. That is called
Welcome to Star Trek Fleet Command.
They wanted to justify
in this game, you will have to make important strategic decisions that impact your game.
Self. That
they want you to justify, which means they want you to have you on the watch all day because they don't want you to escape. That you already know the realm and you already know you're in a prison. So how are they going to keep you inside the prison? They have to use these toys, they have to use this technology to keep you hooked, to keep you in the prison and punish you and make it that anything you want to do, that's how efficient they want to be. Anything you want to do, you will need their permission. You know about that is? Hitler is like, he dreamed about this. That's something Hitler would dream about. Control people at that level. Yeah, it's demonic. And if these humans can see that, I don't care about what they're talking about. Immigration, that word over here, that word over there. That's all distractions that they give them to keep them in this stock reality. That's why the economy never can stabilize. Every year they're going to start a word out of some bullshit because they don't want you to be stable. They don't want you to be able to be free and peaceful. If you're peaceful, you're going to be free because you're going to start thinking beyond the third dimension. You can't have peace. They have to give you always, they have to control you. You know what I'm saying? They have to control your thoughts. They have to control what you want to do. They have to control what you say. It's a prison. And if people can see this by now, they're doomed. Let's go.
It is called freedom. We are supposed to live in a liberal, Western democracy, not a digital cage in which we can't operate without the permission of bureaucrats at the other end of our telephones. Now, when the state can track you at will, freeze your finances and control access to services based on your compliance, it doesn't matter how well behaved you are. You've already lost the most basic of liberties, the freedom to live without constantly seeking permission to do normal, everyday things. So what can we do? This is the tricky part, but it is necessary. Try as far as possible not to opt in. And I know that's really difficult because we're not quite there yet, but there will be a pushback.
That's an option, but I don't think this is an option. Try not to opt in. It's not an option. They're going to push you to that door because you are using the toys that they gave you. You are using smartphones that come with digitals, with bitcoins, with digital coins, with all that shit that you think, oh, it's so great. I can have my coins in my mobile, right? But you're not seeing something. They're going to use that to push you to that digital door of digital ID, and there you're going to be fucked for life. There's not going to be no way out of that. Once they pass that, and you sleep stupid enough to do that, you only gonna come out of that in a body bag. Okay? That's why I pass these movies to show you the reality in this realm that we live. They think you're stupid and you can see what they're doing. And most people, I believe, can't see shit what these people do. But there are people that do see, there are people that do tell you, but they don't promote them. They don't promote this channel. They don't promote the truth. Because they need you to be asleep with their toys. They need you to be in a prison. And most people learn to love the prison. That's what you're not understanding. They love the prison. They love their toys. And they don't know what is living without it. But it will be involved. It will be involved you being self-aware of yourself. It will involve you having the knowledge of self. It will be in you have to be able to create things. You will have to be able to build things on your own without damn toys. Yeah? And they don't want you to do that. Because if you do that, then you are not under their control. That's why they have to tell you we have to operate as a society with a few leaders on top to tell you what to do. Because without that, you will be free. Nobody will put up with that. They couldn't even have channels to channel your soul, your mind, your being, to be telling you what to do, because they're telling you what to do. Now you're gonna have a digital ID. Did you ask for that, motherfucker? No, because you're inside the machine. The machine decides your life. What is so difficult about that? If you play with that toys, you're gonna pay the price. Anything they gave you, if you believe anything they gave you, then you have a contract with them. Be under that spell, be under that curse. Let's go.
There was with vaccine passports.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to let your data be captured willingly. Use cash still whenever possible. It's one of the best ways to fight back. It is private, it is anonymous, and it is the antidote to control-based payment systems. Speak to your MP. Demand transparency. Demand a referendum. Demand a say on this. Send them links. Send them this video. Hi. Send them anything that you think will educate your MPs, because they probably also feel similar.
Now, how are you going to have MPs that are not even educated? Well, you know what education is, okay? This is the problem. Because these so-called MPs should know better than you. How do you know better than them? How do you explain that? These are people that went to college, best colleges, best schools, and you know better than them? How do you explain that? They're not there for you. They've never been. I mean, these humans, man, they're slow, and they think that these people they put up there isn't their interest as well. They all went to the brainwash. They all there to do what the controllers want. They have no self-will or even self-thought. And for what we know, these are people that know the least of, probably some cleaner dumping rubbish will know better than many cleaners know better than these dudes that are over there and are supposed to know better than anybody else and have salaries that, can be compared to anyone else. But they're not there to think for you. They're not there to save you. Let's go.
About freedom, but maybe they just don't understand the significance of what they are voting through. You need to support independent journalism as well and tech alternatives. Big tech is part of the problem. We need decentralized platforms, not government monitored IDs. And talk to your mates. Talk to your family. Make sure this isn't like vaccine passports where everyone was a little bit awkward and didn't know whether we should bring it up over Sunday lunch in case somebody at the table hadn't taken a state-mandated injection. Talk about digital ID. Ask people, do you know what the Brit card is? Do you know what it will do? Do you know what the implications are? It's such an important conversation. It's literally the most
Another problem is that you cannot have these conversations with that. They can't have these conversations with their loved ones, family, whatever. Yeah, because their minds are on reverse. These people won't even want to talk about that. These people don't want to talk about reality. Okay, their minds are wired into the absurd. Just go to YouTube and watch the most stupid videos and see how many views they have. That's where their mind is. And when you go on telling them all of that, they just say, oh, you're conspiracy theories. Just stop that conspiracy theory shit. Yeah. They are dumb and they are wired in the system. So it's not that easy to tell people or tell your family and tomorrow you're gonna have a revolution. No, because these demons already control their soul, their mind, their body, and their soul with juices and with media. Let's go.
Conversation. that we should be having at this time. Because once the Brit card becomes part of daily life, resistance will be painted as extremist. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
That's what it is.
So speak up now while we still can.
Okay.
Finally, this is about power. The Brit card isn't about technology. It's not about convenience. It's not even about illegal immigration, regardless of what they tell you. It is about power. Who has it, who controls it, and who loses it. If we let our MPs, cheered on by tech companies, push this through without a fight, it won't be long before asking the wrong question, spending money on the wrong things, or holding the wrong opinion will put you on the wrong side of the system. And there will be millions of people who will be happy to cheer this through. It's not even about left or right. It makes that old-fashioned political paradigm utterly irrelevant. It is about being free or being trapped. And if we don't draw the line here at Britcard, it may be the last line that we ever freely get to draw. I won't be living with you in a digital cage. I will do everything to remain outside of that system.
Yeah, guys, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Introducing a mandatory universal national identity threshold, Britcard, the Labour government has the opportunity to build a new piece of civic infrastructure, something that will become a familiar feature of daily life for everyone in the country. It will support better enforcement of migration rules and protect vulnerable British citizens from being wrongly denied. You see that? How they do them? They even tell them that they're saving them by they helping them and they protecting them by enslaving them. You see the reverse psychology they use? You see that? It could end identity exclusion, resolving uncertainty and risk of those whose status is uncertain, and providing a quick, secure, privacy-preserving means for everyone to verify their identity and their migration status when dealing with the government when taking up a new job or taking on property. This paper shows that digital identity will help improve the enforcement of our rules dramatically, because this is all for slaves. You gotta be a slave to have a digital identity or any identity that it's being done, it's being compiled by the government to identify you. You need to be a slave. He's your slave master. Otherwise, you will write your own papers. You will have your own identity. You will define your own self in your own document. Yeah, because that's what people do before. There was no government just writing up your document and controlling it, right? So this is what's going on, guys. It's a role of perception. Yeah, as they're doing in England, is how they're going to do everywhere else. That because the whole system is wired up to do that. Okay, it's the same thing. That's why they use all types of wrong technology on you, like oil. Yeah, when you can run a car with water, they have all this oil going on and then talk about global warming. So it doesn't take like a genius to know that you live in a prison. If you just start thinking about common things, everyday things that they do and how it doesn't make sense, you're going to quickly find out that you are in a prison and that these people are just tightening the ropes on you. That's what they're doing. Creating new laws every day. They are judges. They pass laws. They are judges. They pass laws. You have no rights. They even write a document. They tell you who you are. They tell you who you are. Yeah. Then they control your documentation. You become, you yourself are nothing. It's your ID that exists for them, because with that ID, where you work hard, you put all your money there, they can stop you from eating. They can stop you from moving. They can stop you from doing whatever they want. Because they control all of these motherfucking things they gave you. They made you. You're in a lab. You're not free. Don't talk about freedom. Don't talk about democracy. Don't talk about being free ever again until you are really free for real. Because you are not. These are people that live in a simulation and sell the simulation to the entire world. Yeah. And she just explained there that, either you're gonna rise up. It's not even about left or right. It's about being free or being trapped. Yeah, you're gonna have to decide. Because the lines are coming now in the sun. Yeah, and if you cross that line, there will be no way back. Okay? You're gonna have these billionaires running you whatever way they want. You're just going to become a product, cattle. Okay, you exist in the digital world, and when they want to get rid of you, they just turn the digital world off on you, and you die because you couldn't eat, you couldn't go nowhere, you finished. Okay, you can travel, they finish you. That's sad, man. I love you all. The truth is not for everybody. Okay, people run from the truth, people hate you for the truth and everything. So it's not for everybody if you die doing the truth, man. You gotta be careful. And be strong in your ways. Be strong in your words. Be strong in your approach to this role. Because it's all a setup, man. They don't want nobody to be free. They don't want nobody to be what they want. Most basic things you already can't do. You have to go to them for permission to do anything in your life. You live in a prison, and you better start getting rid of all these toys that that keep you in the prison. Break the ropes. What are the ropes? Don't use the damn toys. That's all, man. Love you all. Keep the instructions. Peace.
Mandated injection. Talk about digital ID. Ask people, do you know what the BRIC card is? Do you know what it will do? Do you know what the implications are? It's such an important conversation. It's literally the most important conversation.